Go live button. Thank you so much for joining me today. While I am checking my phone to make sure you can hear me, please let me know where you're coming in from. Perfect. And I want to apologize in advance. Obviously, I don't have my normal headset on. I just have this dinky little thing here, so there's going to be some in the background. Apologies. I can't promise I'm going to clean it up. But I wanted to get on live and share with you something today. As you know, I decided near the end of last year that I just know so much about online marketing, social media. I've been learning Forex. I've been learning, debt management and debt elimination over the last 10 years. And it's just time to just make sure it just gets out, right? So I decided to do what I can do to empower at least 10 people to become debt-free by 2020. And one of the ways that I know how to do that is through what's something called Forex. Forex trading is basically the buying and selling of currencies and making money if it goes in the direction you expect it to. Kind of like stocks, but less money up front to get involved. It's a little bit more volatile, so you have the option, you have the opportunity to make more in a smaller amount of time. Hey Stacy, hey Robin, hey Molly and Ann, thank you so much for joining me today. So I want to talk about Forex today because of what I just said, right? There are people out there that once they found out how to actually leverage the system, they are making a full-time income on a part-time action basis. Now, obviously, past results do not guarantee nor dictate your future results. I'm simply sharing with you what's possible. And one of those ways is to use what's called technical analysis. Technical analysis is the same across the board, whether it's for Forex, crypto, or stocks, right? You're looking at a chart, and based off of rules and understandings of how it works, you can make an educated decision on where it's going to go. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down, right? So in today's video, I want to share with you something that is one of the key indicators for one of the strategies that we're being taught with the education system that I'm using to learn Forex trading. Now, if you've heard of this strategy, it's called bounce back. And if you haven't heard of the strategy, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of the idea of what's behind this today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. Oh, and let me make sure that my phone is on so I can see any questions. Perfect. All right, so the bounce back strategy. So like I said, and make sure you can see the perfect. So like I said, there's one key element to the strategy, and it's something called parabolic SARs. So what I did today is I made sure to write down all my notes about what I wanted to share about this specific thing, and share that with you today, because a lot of times people will receive a blueprint, whether it's on how to build a business, how to do Forex, whatever, and not actually quite understand the inner workings behind it so that they can use it for other things. And this is one of those tools that you want to know how to use it for other things. So what I'm sharing with you today, you see here these little orange plus signs. These are what's called parabolic SARs. You can make them any color. You can make them a couple of different things here. Under style, you can choose a cross, which it is. You can choose a line, which I don't necessarily prefer. Area kind of is weird. I just like it at circles or the crosses. I use crosses personally. You can also have price line, which will show you where the price currently is right now for that parabolic SAR, which is helpful, right? You want to know where it is. And then some other things right there. So that's just kind of how you make it change. Now, what exactly is it? What can it do for you? So first of all, this particular trading mechanism gives traders an edge. It gives you an edge for several reasons. All right, so first of all, it highlights the direction of where the trend is going. So if we look at this right now, we can tell, let's go ahead and put some stuff on here. So if we have a trend line from the bottom of this price action here, we see that it's currently in an uptrend, right? At least majorly. Now, obviously, you have this downtrend here. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Hold on. There we go. Wait. That doesn't look right. I don't know what just happened. That is so weird. I'm going to mess with it later. But let me go ahead and show you what I was talking about. So, right, we have, actually I'll do it this way. So we have an uptrend here, we have a downtrend here. We also see that the parabolic SAR is on top, which indicates that, hey, the trend is probably going to go down. Now, obviously, you don't want to make a trade based off of one indicator. You need to be using several and have a strategy behind it. This is just one of those things you can put in your toolbox, all right? So like I said, you've got your parabolic SAR up here. It's indicating that's going down, which it is, right? And all of these were indicating that it was going up until it switched, right? So this particular indicator highlights the direction the trend is going. It is a technical indicator for price direction, hence the trend. It's a visual to show when the trend is changing. So like I said, you've got, it switched to up here to indicate that this candle was going to go down, right? And it did. So indication of the switch of the trend is where it's going. It was also developed by the same guy who created the RSI, or the relative strength indicator. Now that's an indicator that a lot of technical traders use. So, you know, it's probably pretty accurate, which as you can see, it pretty much is. All right, so let's see. So again, if the item is above, if the parabolic SAR is above, it's an indication of a bearish or strategy trend of going down. If it's below, it's a bullish indicator, meaning that it's going to go up. All right. And then, of course, with the flip of that parabolic SAR indicating the potential change in trend. Now, I say potential for this next piece because what happens is, make sure you can still see the graph. Perfect. So what happens is things like this right here, all right. So what you can see, like right here, this is actually during what's called consolidation phase. All right. So it's not the right color, but I'm not really caring right now about that color. So if you can't tell, there's a line here and a line here that I just drew. So we now have basically a horizontal line here for your resistance and a horizontal line, oops, here for your support. So as you can see, the price is actually moving up and down within this channel. Oops, it didn't go above that line. But you get what I'm saying here. It's moving within that channel and it's moving sideways, or what's called consolidation. And so when you're in consolidation with this particular indicator, it can give potential false information. Not necessarily false, but maybe an indication of getting out too soon or getting in too early, which is another reason you have to learn what you can and implement what you know and have a strategy to know when to get in, when to get out. Because again, you just have to, you can't just be focused on the one thing that's in front of you. You have to at least have an overview of the big picture, right? So this is also an indicator that allows you to figure out where to get profits. So let's say that you were, for example, you got in right here at this candle, all right? Or I'm sorry, you saw that this was in right here. And maybe you had other indicators that said, yes, yes, get in, get that sale, short that call, go, go, go. And let's say you got in pretty late. So maybe you got in about here, wherever this particular one is. Now, obviously that one's with a different candle, but let's just say that's when you got into this trade because it looked like it was a good trade. So according to this, right there at that parabolic SAR, it's 1.51195. So, oh, that's not nice. So 1.51193. All right, so that's where, maybe that's where you got in, right? Well, what if you got in, oh, won't let me go down? It won't let me go down. We'll do it this way. So you got in here, and let's say that you rode it all the way down until it flipped. All right, so what does that mean for you? So you saw this flipped, maybe even wait to the next candle, right? So you got here. So maybe you got out there. If you look at that closely, you see that in 20 bars of 15 minutes, so 20 times 15, whatever that is, I'll do the calculations here in a second, but whatever that is, that's how much time you had. So divided by 4 would be an hour, 5. So in 5 hours, oh, it's right there, 5 hours. So in 5 hours, you made 53.2 pips. That is huge. Like, that's beyond huge. In fact, several of the traders that I follow say that you really only need 5 pips a day to be successful. The biggest reason for that is actually compounding. Think about compound interest, right? If you ever go to, I think it's like compounddaily.com, you can see what your money would look like if you compounded it daily. That's what's possible with Forex, right? It's obviously not interest, but if you earn only 5 pips a day, you're constantly increasing it and you're leveraging the power of your money, right? The rich dad, poor dad idea of leveraging your money and having your money work for your money, right? So in 5 hours, you would have done 53.2 pips. So what exactly does that mean? So just for making things easy, right? Let's say that 1 pip, depending on the lot size and your account size and yada yada, let's say that 1 pip was $10, all right? So that means that if it had been if 1 pip had been worth $10 and you got in when I showed you, 53.2 times 10, so you would have gotten $532 in 5 hours. That's pretty nuts, right? But that's what's possible with Forex. And maybe it's only $50 in 5 hours, but that's $50 that you took maybe 15 minutes of time to look at a chart, make a decision, and bam, you paid off you potentially could have paid off a bill, right? So this is why I'm so excited, and I'm going to be bringing more of this type of information to you this year, because there is so much here that most people don't know about, because Forex was not available to you and me like 20 years ago. It's only been around for 20 years because of the internet. You used to have to have like $1 million in spending money just to participate. And now I think the lowest I've heard is like 20 bucks. I mean, this is really just amazing. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Cassandra, aka the Daily Wealth Ninja. And if you want more information on this, please do connect with me, whether it's by message or a comment, maybe you subscribe, whatever the case may be, connect with me. This is a skill set that everyone should know. Everyone should know, because I don't know if you've heard this parable before, but you know, when you feed a man a fish, he feeds for a meal or a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he feeds his family and for generations, right? So, hey, John, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that. Hey, Haley, thanks so much for joining. So, you know, this is a skill set that you can teach your children so that they can create their own wealth, that they can start living their lives and not be tied down to a job, or, you know, even if they love that job, maybe they had extra spending money, you know, whatever that is for you. This is that opportunity for you to create additional income, potential additional income, without having to be a salesperson. And most people do not want to be salespeople, and that's okay, right? We're not all meant to be salespeople. However, that's also a skill set, right? But regardless, if you liked what you saw today and want to learn more, please reach out to me. Again, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.